Alright, greetings and salutations. My name is Comic Fire, and welcome back to more Dragon Quest IX. In the last episode, we defeated Garth Goyle, and in this episode, we're going to be having a lot of fun in Bloomendale. Alright, I like sightseeing, and I enjoy ships. Now, this is actually my 5th attempt at recording this, because every time my frame rate started dropping to unplayable levels, and I'm hoping that restarting my computer was enough to fix that. Nope. Wonder if it's just Bloomendale itself that's doing it. Such a tragic tale. No, I'm just kidding, sounds wonderful. But we'll take it off your hands if you're too old to sail it. I don't know, I was kind of hoping to see how he lived. After all, if you're like the captain of a ship for someone that rich and influential, I'm sure you can afford to live pretty well. Well, alright. Looks like we're already in business. Well, sweet. This bodes well for us. This is where the frame rate usually tanks, so... Ooh, that sounds yummy right now, actually. Oh, you know, that works as well. Or if anyone ever actually uses, like, foods like that for display. I got too many ants around my place for that to work. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog once said, it's your body, no one can tell you what you can do with it. Well, it looked a lot clearer than it ever did on the DS. Of course, then we're right back to super pixely, but, you know. Oh, well, sweet, that was easier than I should have ever hoped. No, I haven't. Oh, well. Well, I'm guessing Sponge Cake Guy is equally as screwed as the rest of us, too. That sucks. You worked hard on that sponge cake. I don't think I've actually ever had a sponge cake. Sponge cake's different than regular cakes? Well. But who could possibly know? Let's talk to that gate guard guy. We didn't do it, she just flipped out on us. You dingle? No. There we go. At least we can see in someone's house that used to work for royalty. Something about your hair, just the color of it makes me, like, reminds me of like a rare item in a game or something. Oh, hey. I guess children do enjoy toys. I don't know, I was never... Well, if you consider video games toys, then yeah, it was all over my Game Boy Color as a kid. Bloomendale's where I did most of my shopping for last episode's preparation. This is the actual armor shop you want to shop at, because this one over here deals exclusively in footwear, which I believe I bought for someone, but I can't remember who. Well, you know. Children can get into weird moods on occasion. Well, you gave her favorite toy, that's gotta have an effect. Especially if that's like all she really enjoys. Because I don't know what to do in a pre-video game world. My Game Boy's all I remember. That's exaggeration, of course. Maybe a whereabouts of where she is. Hint to her whereabouts. Ah, damn it, she was gotten by Cockney pirates. Why, hello. God, who was the guy who wrote Tom Sawyer? His name's on the tip of my tongue, but I was gonna say, because he writes in that sort of... Ooh, a hairband, nice. He writes, like, people's accents in his stories, and for the life of me, I just can't remember who he is. Figured that's clearly who stole her. You can't just slide away like that. Oh. Maybe she had a twin that no one knew of. Wouldn't be surprised. I've read a few comics like that. Or manga. Oh shit. So how did the toy maker not recognize that? And who makes toys like the spitting image of a person? That's creepy. I guess if you're super rich, you can't really go outside because you're worried about people kidnapping your kid. Of course, that can't be happy for your development either. Of course, it sounds like she wasn't going to have much development in the first place. And so this was recent, too. Right down to the mannerisms. Boy, I don't remember that being as emotional as it makes me feel right now. I'm actually kind of on the verge of tears. Guess that's why she fired all the waitstaff so no one could see the grave. Wasn't gonna punish her, she was yelling at me for a misunderstanding. I guess so. Where'd we even begin? I wonder who the other two graves are. Oh. That's why it's Bloomingdale. I don't know, I think that's just wicked sad. Like, kids should never really have to worry about the idea of death, and... God, she was way too, like, calm about that, like, totally, like, despairing, like... I don't know, something about that really hits me. Oh, well. I had forgotten where to go, but thankfully, the townsfolk helped me out here. Of course, that's what our old RPGs were all about, of course. Just asking random townsfolk for... Really, just talk to everyone so you get the hint that you need. Excuse me. I'm going to assume it's that cave. Anyway, the reason that I didn't do the grinding that I said I was going to do off-screen, I had forgotten about that after doing this so many times. No, fuck off, Pink Sanguini! God. Is that this place that's coming up is infinitely more useful for level grinding than, Quarantum. It's closer to Bloomingdale, and we get a new type of metal enemy that gives 3 times the experience. Well, assuming you have a party of 4. Instead of 1,000 experience a pop, we're getting 3,000, which shaves off a lot of our healing time. I would have preferred that Val was higher in her spear skill by now, but this is the reason I wanted... Oh, hey, Dustfall leveled up. This is the reason I wanted her spear skill so high in the first place, so she can get Thunder Thrust. Or maybe she already has Thunder Thrust. I already forgot. But anyway, Dustfall got Zing, so now he can bring back dead party members. Wicked! I can get closer to higher MP restoration, or closer to Benediction, both of which are kind of useless, so I'm just going to not put it into spears. I'm going to put these into wands. So I'm going to get closer to the cave, and then I'm going to check to see if I do have Thunder Thrust. Because if I have Thunder Thrust, I can get right to grinding. We're going to go into Attributes for Val. Yeah, yeah, she got Thunder Thrust a while ago. What was I thinking? Well, sweet. We can grind effectively in the metal enemies here, then. I feel like that's part of the joke. I'm not going to say anything. And welcome to the Bad Cave. Ooh, spooky, ominous. Of course, why would you make your headquarters inside of a place with monsters that you haven't tamed? Durr. Oh, we'll turn up. I wish it was just as simple as hopping down from this ledge, but... no. I don't know how deep in the cave you have to be before the new metal enemies start showing up. Ah, why thank you. You gonna pop up and say hello? Ah, sweet, a ladder. Makes it easier. Don't worry. I've got your ransom. I would hope not. Or else they'd have to make your death slower. Well, then I'm gonna have to take my oodles of cash elsewhere. That's right, I've actually got a decent sum. Oh no. Please don't look at me, please don't look at me, please don't look at me. I'm not in the interest of taking a scrap. Or getting involved in a scrap. Holy crap. I don't think Marion did that. This actually doesn't seem like a half-bad place. It's a pretty comfy looking bed. You got a nice candle. But I always thought those places looked kinda cozy. It's why I always make my houses in Minecraft underground. Like, I'll carve out huge caverns just for my home. Not the most comfortable places, because I'm not... I get kind of bored with Minecraft. Like, I'll play it for like 3 hours, like, every half a year, if even that. And then I'll get bored with it, and then not touch it again for another half a year. Not horrible monsters. I get the feeling that something bad's around here. Metal fellers, huh? Again, I must wonder why you built your home here. Because there's clearly not much preventing that giant monster from crawling in here. You don't have like a gate or anything. Not even like a wooden barricade. Ah, I made the right choice. And we get a Hephaestus Flame. Or however you pronounce that. It's an alchemy ingredient, and I'm not gonna lie, I know next to nothing about alchemy in this game. Because it's definitely not required for getting through the plot. And the only time I ever used it was to make, well, you get this sword later in the game called the Falcon Sword, which allows you to hit twice. It's a weak weapon, but you hit twice, so your critical hit rate is, well, now doubled. And weapon stats don't really matter a ton, so you're doing a really good amount of damage with those 2 hits anyway. And if you use Falcon Slash, you hit 4 times! But through alchemy, you can upgrade the Falcon Blade into the Uber Falcon Blade, and the Uber Falcon Blade is significantly stronger. Like, if I think the Falcon Blade has 12 attack, or adds 12 to your attack, the Uber Falcon Blade adds, like 54, I think. Or maybe it's 52. Regardless, it's a lot more than it currently was. Or it used to be. Yuck, sap. See, I don't really like how, ooh, I think these guys can attack twice in one turn. Yeah, weakened beacons. These guys were a bitch and a half in Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2 as well. I'm just gonna call that Joker 2 from now on. You guys know what I'm talking about, I hope. They were actually pretty early in the game. It was the second area. Joker 2 is really good, too. I loved that one. I'm probably gonna LP it in the future. Especially since this game seems to be pretty well received. By you guys. Ugh, those guys aren't fun. They can cast a new spell called Zam, which I believe is new to the, like, for Dragon Quest Monsters Joker.